Alright, another photography session on the bike just because I enjoyed the last one so much. Conditions today are not as cool. We do have some blue skies over in this direction, but not where the sun is, because the sun is blocked by a good amount of cloud coverage. But yeah, it's not gonna stop me from trying my best to get some cool images today. So the first one over here, I stopped at this very small riverbed over here. It follows a beautiful S-curve right along this field over here. There's a fence, and then a little bit into the background we have a couple of trees. I'm really trying to get as close to the water as I can, just because on the right hand side of my frame there are a lot of branches which are creeping into my frame, so I'm just trying to get rid of that and exclude that from my frame, which seems to work. I can't really decide if I prefer the horizontal or the vertical composition in this one, just because in the vertical it gives me a little bit more of the line and it's a little bit stronger emphasized. In the horizontal frame there's a little bit more balance. Yeah. The only thing that I really wish for would to be some golden light. I think that would really make the scene work. Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna happen today. So I just had a look around and then I captured another image right behind me, which I have no idea if it's gonna work. But first of all, I do quite like the contrast between the blue and this very subtle and soft, beautiful blue. It's like baby blue. And then there are a couple of fences, and I really like the shape of how they all like lead into each other, and there's some curvature in like there's a small hill right over here. And for some reason it just all made visual sense in my eyes, so yeah, I just took a snapshot of that, how like these fences lead further into the distance, and then there's like a hill, you can't see it, and then further into the distance it's visible again. I don't know, it's very hard to explain, but yeah, it just caught my interest, so I took a snapshot of that. So let's have a look if this image turns out. Isn't that cool? Got a place for the bike, got a place for the helmet, and then I can enjoy my photography. So I found an image right on the other side of this fence. There are two trees which are so gnarly, it just looks incredible, so old, dead, chaotic, full of character. And then the way that the two are placed, a little bit interacting with each other on this flat field over here is beautiful. And it's especially beautiful in black and white, because there's no more color today, it's gonna be black and white. So it's quite hard to photograph this over here, just because there's so many branches trying to evade my frame. Right behind these trees there's a street and some houses in the background, so I gotta make sure that I properly frame this and then crop it later. So I just get the interest on the trees where I want it to be. Just like in last video, as soon as the sun drops behind the horizon, it's getting very cold very quickly. So yeah, quite cool that I found another image over here. Oh boy, like I can see the sky right behind you and it's on fire, it's like lit up and pink and everything, but there's so many houses and so many distractions in the way there's no way to frame this up. I think it would be quite a cool shot, but well, that's how it is. Wrong place, wrong time. So man, gotta be honest, I do really enjoy the bike photography, just because you're so much less limited in where you can go and how far you can reach and everything. But also if something starts to unfold, like maybe a sky or light or anything, you can react so much quicker. Yeah, but at the same time, it's getting quite cold. So yeah, I think we'll continue from here. You know what, maybe this image is gonna work in color, just because you can see behind me, there's a band of cloud which is just catching beautiful pink light right above my trees. Man, if this street weren't there, it would be such a cool image. It would be fantastic, man. So yeah, just gonna shoot another one. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's such a beautiful pink light on the cloud formation. I think I'm actually quite happy and quite pleased with that image. So let me know in the comments what you think. Alright, so we had to do a cut because the light was fading so quickly. There was nothing that was really shootable, especially handheld. And also I was getting so cold on the bike. I mean, have a look over there. There's some, they look like goose to me, but they have a red neck. Have a look. That looks super interesting. So I'm just going to show you an image, and if someone knows what exactly they are, then please write a comment. If you like the look of my images but you're struggling because you have similar conditions as I do, I have Moody woodland presets available. These are 8 presets which are designed to give you moody, dramatic and atmospheric looking presets, and also a couple of local adjustment presets so you can fine-tune your images exactly to your liking. It's the top link in the description, give it a look. So now I'm going to walk you through my image that I've just came up with, and to be honest, it's really creative. So you can see there's a small riverbed over here which I first had in mind in terms of shooting. You can see there are like a couple of rocks, and over there there's like a miniature waterfall and everything. So I was kind of thinking about shooting that, but yeah, didn't really work. There's no interest, not really shootable. Then I had a look around and I spotted this tree over here. So the tree in and of itself already has quite a lot of interest. That's why it caught my attention, just because it's like split in the middle, and then the way that all of the branches are growing, it looks quite pleasing. And also I think it does just fit the conditions, because it is quite moody and darkish and very dull today. So having like a tree which just have like shape and silhouette, but it's kind of like very darkish. Also because there's a lot of contrast. The tree texture is very darkish, and then the background is quite bright, so just gives a lot of natural contrast. So that in and of itself caught my attention, and it's what is interesting. Now have a look. I did not just frame up the tree, but I noticed that there's a fence over here with a little bit of barbed wire, you can see over here. So now I'm trying to merge the tree and the barbed wire into one image. And you can probably guess what I have in mind, because it's going to be a very darkish and moody image. Quite a lot of drama, just because like a barbed wire fence and then this darkish tree silhouette and well, the lifeless dull conditions today. So that's what I have in mind. You can tell I've placed the tripod very close to the ground. This is because of how I want to compose this frame. I'm not yet quite sure, but I want to experiment a little bit around. So the version that I'm going for right now is to place the barbed wire above the tree in the sky. That means that you're also just going to see the silhouette of the barbed wire and like have a very harsh and bright background. It's also going to create a lot of contrast, a lot of mood and drama. So yeah, maybe that. The other version would just be to go a little bit higher with the tripod and then place the barbed wire fence below the tree and just kind of make it look like you're shooting through it onto the tree. So I'm shooting at f13 because I want to try and focus stack this. I'm very close to the fence, so I'm not really sure if that's going to work, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm not sure if this image is going to work or even turn out the way that I want it to, or like I'm hoping for. And to be honest, it's great being out, and well, in these conditions you have to be creative. You have to like try new things and everything, and that's where the whole challenge, but also like the fun lies. And I think this is where you can improve your photography the most. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can find some inspiration that even in these conditions there are images, you just gotta find them. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and if you want to see more of my videos, I have an on location playlist. And also if you're seeing this video when it comes out, Merry Christmas.